the road again. Here we go, down to southern Illinois to hike the River to River Trail and the Shawnee National Forest. Are you ready to go, Sierra? Yeah, me too. Here we are. We made it to Dutchman Lake. I just got picked up and dropped off by my mom and stepdad and my nephew Nathaniel. They're behind me in that white van. You see Nathaniel, he's sitting there. But they're getting ready to leave. It is approximately 7 o'clock. It's just a little bit later than I wanted to get here, but that's okay. We don't have much to hike tonight. The camping spot that I plan on camping this evening is just right off Dutchman Lake. So I think it's just right around the corner here. So we'll find it in a moment. But I am here with the old trusty Sierra. Sierra, like always, she is sniffing like crazy. She does that at the beginning of every section. So, but we are looking forward to this hike. We are hoping to do approximately 35 miles, I think it is. We parked my truck in Giant City State Park, so it will be a good hike. There's several things along the way I hope to see, I hope to experience, and check out. And this, I think, for our first camping spot is beautiful. We do have water, plenty of water for our first night. Apparently there's good fishing here. There was a fishing boat out there a moment ago, but they are leaving. So looks like we are here by ourselves this evening. The sun is starting to set, so I'm going to go and find a camp spot and just chill for the rest of the night. This section is going to be a little bit different than all the other sections. I decided to try something new, something I hadn't done yet. I am going to try going stoveless, and basically what that means is everything that I eat on this section will not be cooked. I'm going to try what they call cold soaking, was basically you put your dehydrated food in a container and put it in your pack. And I will give Sierra some privacy, but you put it in your pack and you let it sit there about 30 minutes to an hour. And after that, it should be ready to cook. So we are going to hit the trail now. So we will talk to you as soon as we get to camp. Well, we made it to camp. We have our tent all set up, and unfortunately we did not make it to the site that I was planning on camping. It's a site that's marked on the Avenza map as an idea camping spot. There was already somebody car camping in that spot, so we had to go on down on the other side of the levee here at Dutchman Lake. We, as you may be able to tell, we are almost right on the path. So the grass and weeds are pretty tall. The ground is kind of uneven because of all the brush and all the growth, but I don't think there's going to be any hikers or horseback riders through the night, so we shouldn't be in the way. I plan on getting up early in the morning and packing up, filtering some water to replace the water that we're going to drink this evening, and hitting the trail. Tonight, as stated a moment ago, a few minutes ago, or when you saw the last clip, I will be trying to cold soak my meal from on this section of the hike. So tonight I am going to try something that I've read about, I have never had yet, and it's called couscous, and it's like a pasta type of noodle, but it's really fine. And as you can see, I mixed some fajita seasoning with it, and I plan on putting a couple packs of this premium white chicken and fajita sauce. So looking forward to trying that out, see what it tastes like. So we're probably going to have an early night. Of course, it's a little cloudy, so I won't be able to see many stars probably this evening. It may rain tonight, so we will find out. So hopefully being out in the open, there's no thunder. If there's some thunder, we're going to have to make a run for it. So, but I think we are going to be safe all night. So with that said, we will talk to you from the trail. It is Monday morning, and we are back on the trail. Was able to get up probably about 6 o'clock, approximately 6 o'clock this morning. Ate breakfast. Ended up eating, tried something new since I'm going stoveless. It was Mountain House granola with milk and blueberries, and it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. I will definitely be having that for breakfast again. I don't mind cooking. It's not that I don't like cooking. The reason I'm going stoveless this time, I just wanted to try something new and try to lighten my weight a little bit. The couscous I had last night, not too good. I didn't really care for it. I only ate probably 2/3 of it. But I'm not going to give up yet. I'm going to try doctoring it up a little bit. And you can heat that up in a stove, cook it on a stove. You don't have to just cold soak it. But it was kind of bland. Even with the taco sauce, it still tasted kind of bland. But breakfast was great. I don't really like cooking breakfast too often because I'm always up and trying to get on the trail. And this morning we had to walk back over the levee in order to filter some water down where we could get to the water. So we're on the trail. It is about 5 till 8 right now. So that's when I wanted to be all packed up and ready to go by 8. So we are making good time. As you can tell, the trail in this area close to Dutchman Lake is pretty grown up. So I made a mistake. Well, it was kind of my error. My truck, the truck I normally drive, is in the shop, and my hiking shoes that I usually hike in was locked up in my truck, and I didn't think to look for them until the night before. So and that was a Saturday night, so of course I'm not getting into the shop to get my shoes. So I'm wearing just some regular old tennis shoes that I had around, so hopefully it doesn't kill my feet. I got 35 miles to hike, so I'm hoping these tennis shoes will hold off. I know these are not ideal for hiking, so I would not take them unless it was a last resort. So they're good shoes, so they're decent, so it's not like they're poor Walmart shoes, or nothing against Walmart, but shoes that's not going to hold up on the soles. So we'll see what happens. So as you can see, Sierra, she's all over the place. She's sniffing and looking and running back and forth as always, but she is sporting that new backpack pretty good. It's gonna prepare us for when we do our section hike in October and November, in case there's any bow hunters out during that time. So but we are we are on the trail. Looking forward to a long day of hiking. So we will talk to you soon. There he goes. That's a one big buck. Well, it's about 9:45, and Sierra and I are on a road walk. This road walk, it looks to be at least a couple miles long. Then after that, we should be entering into the Fern Cliff area. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to Fern Cliff, at least that I can remember. I've never been to Fern Cliff, but I saw some pictures and other videos of other backpackers hiking that area, and it looks like a beautiful area. So looking forward to it. We're hiking okay. I put Sierra on the leash, as you can see. She, not just because of the road walk, there's been a couple cars that drove by, not too busy, but we heard dogs barking a little bit ago. We were passing some houses, so I just wanted to put her on the leash just to be safe, just in case a dog came up. I wanted to be able to pull her in, reel her in if need to. We just saw a deer. It was a big buck. We were just actually walking down the road, and all of a sudden I look up and here comes this big buck just walking right towards us on the road. So he made his way off the road and into the beans, and he was kind of standing there for a while watching us pass by, and then he finally took off. So but so far it's been a good day. It's not too hot. Last week it was in the mid 90s. This week it's in the low 80s, so I am not complaining about that. I think we lucked out when it comes to weather. I don't think we're gonna get any rain, at least not much, but I could be wrong. We could always get rain. So, but like I said, we're on our way to Fern Cliff, and we got this road walk to get behind us. So we're just gonna bust things out and get it done. So we will talk to you soon. Well, we finally made it into Fern Cliff. We just got on the trail here inside the area. We had a long road walk, as stated earlier. Probably in my experience, hiking the river to river trail, the most hazardous thing about the whole trail is the road walks. And what I mean by that is, especially highways, cars, unfortunately, many cars don't try to slow down or get over, and you're on the side of the road and there's not much area on the side of the road to walk. But there were several nice people who got over when they could. So I know sometimes you can't get over, so I don't blame everybody. But just as a warning for anybody who is planning on hiking this trail, that's your most hazardous thing about the trail is the road walks. So just be careful on the road walks. But we are finished with that road walk, and there may be a couple shorter road walks on this section on our way to Giant City. We are, as stated, we are in Fern Cliff. Sierra is doing really good. I took her back off the leash. Now we are in the park, so it is nice. I've never been here, so far it's good. We haven't reached any of the rock formations, but I know there are several rock formations here throughout the park, so I look forward to seeing those. It is only 11:30. We took one break around 10 o'clock or so, just a short 15-minute break. Wanted to give Sierra some water, and I just ate a quick snack. So we hope to hike just to maybe the backpack camping area, taking lunch there, And then going on from there, I don't plan on camping there. It's still too early in the day. But after that, we are going to continue and hopefully get all the way through Fern Cliff, or at least the first section, entering into Goreville, and then we'll kind of start looking for a campsite after that. So with that said, we will talk to you soon. So here we go. Sierra is just taking in the sight, just as I am. And I believe the trail goes along the side of the bluff, and then it crosses back, it kicks back, and I think it even goes over or beside that archway. So we will check it out. Here we are on top of the archway, the arch formation, and as you can see, a lot of people cross over. However, I decided not to because of this girl. I don't want her making a wrong step and slipping off the edge, so I will stick on the trail. So it's pretty neat though. Well, we made it to Goreville. Sierra and I, we are all set up in our tent, ready for a good night's sleep. It's been a long day. We did about 13, almost 14 miles today. We hiked from Dutchman Lake all the way to Goreville. So we did most of Fern Cliff. We got a little bit more on the other side of Goreville. And we hope tomorrow to finish up around Panther Den, I think it's called. So we want to reach at that part. Our final section, or the final part of this section, is going to be at Giant City. So so we are gonna just keep hiking. So Sierra is sitting there. She is wore out. She was wore out when we got here. So but we're gonna have a good night's sleep, get some rest, and then have a good hike tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, we are on the trail. We just finished doing our first road walk of the day. Southwest, I guess you could say, of Goreville. Now we are in the second section of Fern Cliff area. So so far it's a nice day. We ran into one horseback rider, talked to her for a little bit, and got to meet Tucker the horse. So Sierra is starting to get accustomed to horses, seeing horses on the trail. We've seen several since we began in Elizabethtown. So we are just hitting the trail, going to try to get as many miles as we can. I have an area where I would like to camp if we can make it there. So I know my feet are pretty sore. I have some blisters I attended to this morning before we took off on my feet, which is I know I had foot problems last time, but not blisters. So this time I'm dealing with some blisters. So something new all the time. But besides that, things are okay. I I assume that the blisters are caused from not having the proper footwear. So if you could help it, wear proper footwear if you hike the trail. So but as I stated in the other day, is my shoes I normally wear were locked in my truck, and my truck was in the shop, so I had no other choice other than postpone, because I did not discover that until the night before. And of course it was Sunday night and I was heading down Sunday night. So with that said, we are having a good time. We're able to filter some water. We found a little creek here in this area, and Sierra was pretty thirsty. I know we didn't really have any water source where we stayed the night, but we did find some this morning. So we're all filled up and ready to see what the day has in store for us. We will talk to you soon. Sierra and I are on our long road walk today. We are actually, if you can tell, with all the traffic, we are passing over at the moment Interstate 57. So the traffic's pretty busy right now. We're trying to stay as far over to the side of the road as possible, keeping our eyes open for oncoming traffic. We don't want to end up as roadkill today. That would end in a bad day. But so far it's been a decent hike. It's a little warm. Today seems to be warmer than it was the last couple days. Part of that might be because just we're on the road rather than underneath some trees in the shade. I know Sierra, she keeps trying to stop any kind of shade she could find. We just got done with a break. The break was just to get some water and rehydrate. Get over here, Sierra. Got to make sure she stays on this side of the white line and don't want her walking out on the road right now. So, like I said, we're heading over Interstate 57 right now. We still got somewhat of a road walk before we get to Panther Den, and that will be our next section, or next part, not section, but next part. We will probably set up camp somewhere in there. I'm not sure where exactly yet. We'll try to find a water source. That way we're close to water in that area. We're doing good right now on water. We were able to fill up. Plus, we met some fellow hikers who gave us a bottle of water. So anytime someone offers water, I'm not going to pass it up. Extra water is good with me. We also met on this road. We met a guy on a bike. He is cycling from New Hampshire all the way to San Francisco. Him and a couple buddies. So that was pretty interesting. We sat and talked for a few minutes. I didn't want to keep him, and he didn't want to keep me. So there goes the big truck. But we're going to just keep on busting out this road walk, and once we get into Panther Den, we're probably going to stop and have lunch. We may stop and have lunch before then. It's going to be a while before we get there. So with that said, we will talk to you soon. Well, we probably got about 2.5 more miles until we reach Panther Den Wilderness. It's been a difficult road walk, mainly for Sierra. For the most part, her feet. she stopped on the side of the road. Now I'm saying that her feet, I think, are hurting her. This road has been rough, but she's a trooper. She's hitting it hard, and I'm proud of her. We've had to take more breaks than scheduled, but that's one thing about hiking with a dog, is they say hike your own hike until you have a dog. Then you're going to have to hike the dog's hike. So I have to wait on her. Come on. She's we just took a break, so hopefully she can do at least another mile. We're coming up on, I don't know if you can see in the camera or not, but we're coming up on some buzzards. Oh, there they go. They just flew away. So figured they're eating something dead on the middle of the road, or they're waiting on us to pass by and drop down. But either way, we'll be there soon. Like I said, probably about 2.5 more miles before we reach the trail entrance into Panther Den. So as soon as we get into camp, or get into the wilderness, we are going to start looking for a place to camp. It's been a long day, and I think we both are ready to take a rest. So with that said, we will talk to you soon. Somebody is getting ready for bed. It's been a long day. Good night, Sierra. Somebody thinks I'm making him dinner. I'm trying to get the lid off. Sorry to disappoint you, Daddy Longleg. None for you tonight. Well, we had a good night's sleep last night. We ended up camping at what they call Panther Den City, right there by some rock formation. So it was nice to look at while it was light. We slept a long time. Probably fell asleep. Went to bed about 6:30, 7 o'clock. We laid there, and then I fell asleep right at dusk, right when it started to get dark. I think it's getting dark now at 7:45. So Sierra enjoyed a pig's ear, and she ate some and got plenty of water. So we're both hydrated up and ready to go for another day. Our plan is to finish today. We hope to go from here, Panther Den Wilderness, and that's where I'm walking at the moment. It's not real well marked on this section, so I'm struggling trying to find the right trail to take. So there's two right here with no markers. I do see a blue ribbon, so we'll hope it's that way. I'll double check the Avenza map in a second. So, but anyway, it's been a good night, and we had a good night rest. I hope to make it to what's called, it's the Indian Lodge. There's another name for it. I hope to make it there in time for lunch. That's where we kind of wanted to camp, is outside around that area, not in the lodge, of course, but around that area. But of course, we were way tired by the time we got to Panther Den. Hey, Sierra, come here. I had to check the map here just to make sure we are on track. I would hate to walk a good distance and it be the wrong way. So I will check our Avenza map here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it shows we may be off trail a little bit. So let's go back. Sierra, let's go back. But it's like I said, it was a good night's sleep. Got plenty of rest. Got up this morning, had time for breakfast, and we ate breakfast. Sierra even ate breakfast. She doesn't eat a lot on our hikes for some reason. I kind of have to force feed her almost. I give her jerky, and I shared some of my meal last night. So as I said, I've been cold soaking this trip. So what I did this past night or last night, I ended up cold soaking instant mashed potatoes. It was a 3 cheese mashed potatoes, and I mixed in some pulled pork barbecue, and it was actually really good. So I'll definitely have that again. So any of the stuff that I'm making, that I'm eating, can be prepared either cold soak or you can heat it up on the stove. So if I decide I don't like cold soaking, then I could always take it next time and heat it up before I eat it. So I think it might even be better if that's the case. So with that said, we are going to keep hiking this trail until we get out of Panther Den. I think we enter into Crab Orchard, or at least a little part of Crab Orchard, and then before we know it, we will be at Giant City. So I look forward to getting to Giant City, that's for sure. So we will talk to you soon. Well, we are on our last road walk for this section of the River Trail. We have had a good time, Sierra and I. We are at the road walk just before you get to the Giant City Trail, so the one that goes into Giant City. As stated before, I've parked at the lodge, so we probably only have a couple miles left. I'm guessing between here and there. Seen a lot of wildlife this time around, especially deer. We just saw a fox cross this road just a moment ago, and there was 2 bucks that were out in the cemetery that we passed by just right before that. So for those deer hunters, it looks like the harvest is plentiful. So coming up this season. But with that said, we've had a good time, Sierra and I, and we look forward to doing another section in October if everything works out as planned. This section has been quite enjoyable, other than the long road walk yesterday. I'm not too fond of road walks. It kind of takes away something, but I know you got to get through those in order to enjoy the rest of the trail. So with that said, we will see you at Giant City.